Okay, everybody. Sorry I'm late. I had barbecue and everything to consider. Memorial Day. So I just want to give people some time to get in. I am a little late. I had let me see. I don't even know. I'm using my microphone today. Let me see. Testing. I can hear myself. I can hear myself. Let me see something. Okay. I don't know what is going on. Oh, you can hear me? Can you hear me? Yeah, I didn't even eat, cuz I'm on this intermittent fasting. Strong and humble, can you hear me? I'm using my Yeah, I didn't even eat, cuz I'm using my I'm using my mic. Let me see. Noise reduction. Test, test. Uh, I think this is the one that I had it on before. Test, 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 test. I don't know. Oh, okay. Okay. This is the mic that my son gave me. I should have used it before because the other time I was using the camera mic, but I think it's best if I use this one because the camera mic kept going in and out, in and out, in and out. So yeah, I didn't even really eat. I just went to go and get me some food because I bought my own Tupperware and everything. Okay, I was not playing. I was not playing, but I'm on this intermittent fasting and everything, so I just got it so I can eat tomorrow because I already ate for the day. So that's how I've been living. I've been living just eating intermittently. So yeah. Okay, it is Memorial Day. I kind of like forgot that it was Memorial Day, and I didn't really want to be so long on here, but I did want to talk about the blood of the covenant, right? And it's about everybody has that everybody is like they're used to that saying blood is thicker than water, right? But that's actually a bastardized version of the saying. Um, we got that from the last sun cycle, which is the fifth sun cycle, which was the divine masculine. So that's like a bastardized version of the complete saying, which is let me see, because I wrote it down here. Um, and this is important. I want to say that this is important because we're in the sixth sun cycle. And as I have said over and over and over again, it's the divine masculine, the divine feminine. I'm sorry. The sixth sun cycle is about the divine feminine, but and this has to do with it has to do with I'm sorry. I'm looking. Oh yeah, rest in peace, Tina Turner. Rest in peace, Tina Turner. See how she got out of that domestic violence situation? Tina Turner. Rest in peace to her. Rest in power, rather. Because she said when she go that she was going to that she wasn't actually scared to death at all, that she was going to go peacefully because she was curious to know what's in the ethers, what's awaiting her there. So I thought that was interesting that she would say that. But right. So I was going back to the divine feminine because that's why I want to discuss the blood of the confident, which is the saying blood is thicker than water comes from that, right? And our oh wow. So right. So, like I said before, in the last sun cycle, it was the divine masculine, and that had to do with the right brain, rationality, linear thinking. That's why it's masculine, like a line, masculine, right? It had to do with the left brain, rationality, linear thinking, material hoarding, and things like that, right? And then in the sixth sun cycle, or the son of darkness, which is the opposite because the fifth son was the son of light. So now we're in the sixth son, which is the son of darkness, and it has everything to do with the divine feminine, like the number nine, feminine, right? And that has to do with the right brain, the dream world, realms of the psychic, and things like that. And if you notice, you would see a lot of people who are, I wanted to say, like in contact with otherworldly things. That's a whole thing, boy. I tell you, I don't really want to discuss that right now. I'm gonna I'm not gonna discuss that right now. Oh, subscribe to my channel. Let's see. Can I pin this up here? Hmm. Subscribe to my channel, Queen of Heaven and Earth. Sorry, y'all. I'm just, I don't know. I got the AC on. It was hot today, and I even when I came in and changed my clothes, because I didn't go out in this. I went out in some shorts, but it was all good because I'm sitting in the backyard. I was sitting in the backyard. So right, the blood of the confident. Let me talk about that. Subscribe to my channel, Queen of Heaven and Earth, House of Restoration. Let's see if I can put that link in here. Yeah, I should be able to put that link in there. So this is actually the channel for the ministry. on YouTube, because that channel is like my nonprofit ministry channel. So subscribe to that channel. That's the ministry's YouTube channel. So everybody probably enjoying the barbecue. Okay. So let me just say this real quick then. We have the blood of the convent. I really wanted to discuss that because, like Tina Turner, may she rest in power, she was able to get away from an abusive relationship. I want to say that I'm in an abusive relationship as well, you know, with my country. I am in an abusive relationship um, with my country, and um, I need to get out of that relationship. But Tina Turner was able to. She was able to get out of that abusive relationship that she was in, and um, I wrote a. Well, I posted on my community tab about her beginnings and you know how she, what happened. Not like too much into detail, but the fact that she did get out of that relationship. She was she she had a child before she married Ike Turner. She had a child from somebody in the band that they used to who an ex-member of the band. She had a child from that person. She got married to Ike, and then she had his child. Then she adopted two of the other children that he had before she came along. I think, but she was able to get out of that relationship. She let him have everything because when you're married, everything belongs to you as a joint type of thing, right? You and the partner, it belongs to the both of you as a joint, like legally, it does. But when she divorced him, she said that she didn't want anything except for the name that he gave her, which was Tina, and his surname, her married name, Turner, you know. Because when you get a divorce as a woman, when you get a divorce, you do have the option to go back to your maiden name, or you can just keep your married name and still be divorced, but you can keep the married name. So she kept that name. He gave her the name Tina, and he also, of course, gave her the name Turner, right? And that was smart because she knew that she would have been able to come up off of that name that he gave her, because she was already the star of Ike and Tina Turner. It was her. She was the face of everything. So she got out of that relationship. She married to the European man in Switzerland who actually gave her a kidney. He gave her one of his kidneys. That's what he did. And I think they were together for like, I think 20 years before they got married. Maybe 20 or 30 years. It was a long time. I mean, I was looking, but then I wasn't looking. But it was a long time that they were married. His net worth was $200 million. When she passed away, her net worth was $250 million. So, of course, he gets everything because they're married. So, I don't think she has any surviving children. I think her biological sons had already passed away. I think her two adopted sons from the relationship that she had with her ex-husband, Ike Turner, I think he's still I think those two sons are still living. But either way it goes, legally, if a spouse passes away, the surviving spouse gets everything. So there, the survivor's spouse gets everything unless there's a will, and even a will can be contested these days. You know what I'm saying? So he gets her $250 million, and I was like, that's very interesting. You know what I'm saying? That's very interesting. But that goes back it certainly doesn't go into the Black community. That goes into the European community. You know what I'm saying? But rest in power, Tina Turner. I don't want to marry a white man. I don't want a white man. I just want to be white. That's all. I just want to be white. And, you know, these goals that I have in life at this point, I just want to die a widow. You know what I'm saying? I want to die a widow. I want to die a widow. That's my goals in life, right? At this stage of my life, at a half a century. I think she was like a half a century or something like that when she started dating this man. He was much younger than her. He was much younger than her. And I think she was already in her 50s or 60s when she dated. And then I think they were together for like 20 years before she married him. And from what I heard, he asked her twice. First time she turned him down. The second time she was like, what the heck? I'll just go ahead and do it. But yeah, so it has a lot to do with the blood of the covenant, right? That's from the divine mother, right? And it goes like when you say blood is thicker than water, that's the bastardization. And it's incorrect. And the true full quote is the blood of the convent, I keep saying is covenant. You know what I mean? The blood of the convent is thicker than the water of the womb. And what this refers to, the blood of the convent is thicker than the water of the womb. I'm gonna put that in the chat. I'm gonna put that in the chat. The blood of the convent is thicker than the water of the womb. So when people say blood is thicker than water, they're actually saying this incorrectly. You know, that was from the last age of the last sun cycle, the fifth sun cycle. So what this means is that it refers to the relationships that we forge, that we make in bond by choice. And those relationships hold a deeper meaning than those that were of just mere biology, right? Because you can be related, but don't make you family. You get what I'm saying? You could be related by blood, but that don't make you family. You get what I'm saying? So that's what this boils down to. It's relationships forged by choice, and that holds a deeper meaning than those of mere biology. And you know, Tina Turner, rest in power, she's a prime example of that. She's a prime example of that. The relationships that she had forged during her career by choice, um, and then the relationships after that by choice. You know, I think I'm saying that to say that, like, it's okay to remove yourself from toxic beings. you know, especially if they're related to you. If they're related to you by blood, it's okay to go like no contact, because the blood is thicker than water thing is garbage. It's really, really garbage. It's the blood of the convent is thicker than the water of the womb. So whatever relationships that you choose to make, that holds deeper meaning than just, somebody that you're related to by blood. you know that holds deeper meaning. The relationship that you choose to make by choice, that you and another person form or forge in that bond, you know whether it's a brotherly, sisterly, intimate, whatever relationship, that holds a deeper meaning than someone that you're just merely related to by blood. It really do. And yeah, so that's what I wanted to I did have a couple of examples, but let me see if I can. um Mental illness here is crazy. Just because I noticed that a lot of people, are kind of hesitant to leave a situation, or I like to say shit situation. A situation. Some people are kind of hesitant to leave a situation or a situation because, they may feel like the blood is thicker than the water thing, or, because they're related, or, but I'm here to tell you that, it's okay to go no contact or non-contact with people who you are related to, especially if these people are toxic. Like, you 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 have you have the responsibility to yourself, basically. And it's okay. It's okay to just leave that type of relationship. Any type of abusive relationship, it's okay to do that. um some people are hesitant to do that, but blood is not thicker than water, in a sense that you was made to believe that it was, right? The blood of the covenant, I don't know if maybe I don't know. I remember as a child, when we were children, we we were like best friends with someone, we would become blood brothers and blood sisters, right? And then we would like poke our finger in the little blood, and then we would, twist it together, little pinky swear, and now we're blood brothers and blood sisters for life. I remember doing that as children and not even really understanding the full context of what the hell we were doing, you know. But it's something like that. If you've ever done that in your childhood, if you've ever done that, became blood brothers and blood sisters, it's something just like that. Those are the relationships that you choose to forge, which held a deeper meaning than somebody, let's say, who could have been blood related to me, like an auntie or uncle or a cousin or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. Um, Let me see now. Yeah, so I remember, I don't know if anybody else have done that. Maybe it's because I don't know, maybe it's because where I grew up at, when my mother wasn't responsible for me, you know. Anybody else? What about you, strong and humble? You ever experienced that? I think this thing is kind of slow. I think it lags. Well, I did figure out how to put my little design up there. Okay, it is kind of lagging. It is lagging. Okay, so that must have just been where I grew up at then. Because I didn't really grow up around ADOS people like that. When I did live with my mom and when she was responsible for me, she always lived in the neighborhoods where white people live. Like we were the only black people on the block, so to speak, in Brooklyn, all over Brooklyn. It's like every time white people left, she did too. So so I never really, you know. And then when I lived with my dad and his mother, who was pretty much more of a mother to me, than my biological mother. You know what I'm saying? But when I lived with them, I grew up around Caribbean people in Brooklyn. Caribbean people, a large a large population in central Brooklyn, in Crown Heights, Brooklyn. So, like, they actually gentrified the Jewish neighborhoods in Brooklyn, the Caribbean people. So, I grew up a lot around them. And for those people, magic and is a way of life, like Harry Potter and shit. Like, magic is a way of life. They use magic every day without thinking about it. Spells, sorcery, all kinds of shit. They use it to beat court cases. They use it if they need a job. They'll run a spell. Burn candles. Go see the person. Get some spells working. Little dolls and statues and stuff like that for a job, for apartment. I don't fuck with the love spells. Some people do, but I don't. I wouldn't mess with the love spells because those are dangerous in the sense that love is its own entity in its own right. Love is its own entity in its own right. So, like, you don't really want to mess with that. So I don't mess with that, but some of them do. They'll go ahead and mess with that too. Um, like to tie a person to them and stuff like that, to like bond a person to them, to tie a person to them. But those always backfire. Like, I don't mess with that. Like, either you love me or you hate me. But I ain't gonna make you do anything. Like, you have to be willing to love me or hate me on your own. You know what I'm saying? Boy, I tell you, because those things backfire. But they do that every day on a regular. So that's probably, I know you're ADOS. That's why I know you're like full ADOS. That's why I wanted to ask, because I didn't know if it was because of where I grew up, how I grew up, and growing up around West Indian people or Caribbean people. They do that every, like, it's nothing to them. Like regular people do it. Like regular people, they're not initiated into anything unless and most of the time, like the shamans or what they would call the witch doctors, you know um the brujas, stuff like that. Most of the time, those people is generational. They don't. It's not like they go somewhere to be initiated in. I noticed that a lot of the Africans were doing that in Western Africa for the Yoruba, and as usual, they were how you say, they were what's the word, they were like profiting off of, American Negro, the American descendant of slavery, dysfunction and dysfunction mostly. And I know a lot of people went over there to get initiated into their Yoruba culture. And Yoruba is like, I don't want to say it's a religion, it's like a spiritual it has a lot to do with a lot of magic and sorcery and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But it is, yeah, and it's based on the Orishas, who they believe to be their ancestors. You know what I'm saying? But I know that a lot of American people, American Negroes, were going over there, like back in 2010, 2012, talking about they initiated, they a priest or a priestess, man, and they were spending money to get that done. Boy, I tell you, that's what happens when you're just a lost person and you know nothing about yourself. Like, you know nothing about yourself, and you think that your power is, granted through somebody else. But yeah, as far as like the Caribbean people that I grew up around, that was like a daily thing, like every day. Like regular people would do magic just to get a job or just to get an apartment or to beat a court case or whatever the case may be, to get a visa to come over here, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it was. And if it was usually like an authority person, like a priest or a high priestess or a priest, what they would call a witch doctor or a shaman or something like that. Usually those people were initiated. It was like they wasn't new to it. People who are new to it have to be initiated, right? People who are true to it are born into it. Like they were born into it and it was passed down onto them. They didn't have to be initiated to be able to do this. So on occasion, you would go and see somebody like that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so a lot of the people that I grew up with, that's what we used to do when we would make a bond with each other. Like we are best friends and we're gonna be best friends for life. And we would do the blood oath. We would do the blood oath. Prick our finger, and then you take your finger and you mix the blood with the next person, and then you do the little pinky swear. You know what I'm saying? Your blood, and then you know, and now you blood brothers and blood sisters for life. So yeah, okay. So I'm glad I learned that from you today. Okay, yeah. So that definitely was a Caribbean thing. Because, like I said, even though my mama is ODS and her family been here since the 1700s, they were definitely slaves here. But she never lived. Whenever I lived with her, she never she never lived around. She always lived in the white neighborhoods. Let me just put it like that, where we'd be like the only black family on the block. And them little white kids, they want to have nothing to do with me. So it was very, very lonely. It was very, very lonely. Well, maybe not too bad. I mean, I didn't like it. I mean, I mean, I had my friends from school, and I used to read a lot anyway. So it's not like I used to always play. And if I did play, I would play with my brothers. They had the best toys. Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. So yeah. So I was never really exposed to that. I was never really exposed to that. So Yeah, and then like I said, when I lived with my dad and his family, they immigrants and they lived in immigrant community, and the immigrant community with the black immigrant community, no matter where they were from, Latin America or the Caribbean, you know, they were pretty much the same. In they were pretty much the same in the respects that they all did magic. Like it was nothing for them to do a spell or burn a candle. That was like every day for them. That was an everyday thing. That was an everyday thing. So yeah, okay, okay. I'm glad I asked because I was never really exposed to that. And then we well, like the Caribbean immigrants, they gentrified the Jewish neighborhoods. So even though we were in Brooklyn, in a immigrant community, it used to be fully Jewish, but then the black immigrants, mainly from the Caribbean and Latin America, gentrified that. you know. And now if you go there today, it's still, it's mainly people, it's mainly black immigrants. There's still some Jewish people there left, but they all moved further. Um, they moved further into Brooklyn by Williamsburg. They live in Williamsburg, and they was just out there protesting. They didn't want the immigrants, the homeless immigrants in their community. They was just out there protesting too. People out here protesting all over the place. They don't want the illegal aliens in their neighborhoods. You know, the Jewish. I never thought I'd see the Jewish people protesting. I, and we're in Williamsburg. Those are the Hasidic Jews. Like those are the Orthodox Jews with the curly curls. I call them curly curls, coming down the side of the Shirley Temple curls and the big black hats and stuff. Yeah, those are the Orthodox Jews. Yeah, and they out there protesting. They don't want no illegal immigrants in their neighborhoods. You know what I'm saying? But I'm glad I asked that question. So yeah, so then you don't know, then you wouldn't know. So then I'm glad I did speak about this then. So then the blood of the convent is thicker than the water of the womb. And again, that means that the relationships that we forge by choice holds a deeper meaning than those of mere biology. And that's important to know. That's important to know. So let me see. Rest in power, Tina Turner. I still don't want a white man. I still want to be white. I just want to be white. Can you make me white, America? Just make me white. I saw some video on a channel. It's so sad. Like, oh my God, all these women like that. I saw a video, I think, on X Divester channel. Please don't quote me on that. But I did put one of her videos in one of my playlists, in one of my like playlists. So you can look at one of those. But I saw a video that she posted today. Oh my God, it's so sad. Some girl, I don't know who this young lady is, and oh my God, like, child, with this white man thing. I'm telling I'm telling y'all, Brad is a Jew. I keep telling y'all, Brad is a Jew. Brad is not white. Brad is not white. He is not white. Not like well, I was about to say Tina Turner's man, Tina Turner's ex-husband. I suspect that he's a Jew too, a European Jew, but you know, Brad, who's in your spaces, is not white. White people, are not checking for y'all like that. White men are not checking for y'all like that. Now, Jewish dude, who'll pass for white, you know what I'm saying? He'll go ahead and let you think the illusion that he's white, but child, these are not white men, y'all. A white man is not checking for y'all. He ain't checking for y'all. And then I saw this. I mean, that is just so sad. This girl is over here talking about. It's just so sad. Like, what's wrong? Like, y'all need to pick your self-esteem up from off of the ground. Pick up your self-esteem up from off the ground, and pick up your self-respect from up off the ground. Like, for real. Like, you just compromising your whole value. You compromising your value. Don't you know that you're the opposite of the white man, mother of humanity? Mother of humanity, that's your son. The white woman is your daughter. All of humanity, as a matter of fact, are your sons and daughters. The white man is the opposite of the black woman. And you compromise. In order for him to be on the top, you have to be on the bottom, because you wasn't always on the bottom. There was a time when you were on the top, right? But things happened and people took you down, right? Including women, because if you including women. So for y'all out here to be talking about the black man is the black man, let me tell you something. These heifers out here are devious. They will set you up to get murked, sexually violated, the whole nine. They will set you up to do that. I was just watching some news of, look, it's just too much of that going on. It's just too much of that. Femalians setting up young women to get murked and sexually violated. You have just recently some girls dropped, I don't know, the mother's crying, talk about her daughter. Oh my God. She went hanging out with her friends like a whole nother Kanika Jenkins. Y'all didn't learn from Kanika Jenkins. These femalians are jealous. Like, they're jealous, especially if they don't have any business about themselves. It's okay to be alone. It's okay to be by yourself. It's okay to not, it's okay to be picky about the relationships that you forge with other people. Like, you should be picky about that. And it's okay to do that. It's okay to be picky about that. It's okay. And it's okay to be alone, because most people out here are just, deviant. There's a lot of, and then the internet made a safe space for a whole lot of deviant people. It's a safe space for them, the internet. Oh, I tell you, I started going off on this girl that I seen this video, Ex Divesta. I believe it's Ex Divesta Lounge, right? I don't really want to be saying nobody else's stuff like that, but I put like maybe one or two of her videos in my like playlist. But she played this video with this girl. I'm like, first of all, girl looked like she came across off like a prostitute. Secondly, where these young women are getting this information from, that a man is supposed to it's just so sick and twisted. And then I seen comments about let me tell you something. White men ain't checking for you. And whether he a bottom shelf Brad or a top shelf Brad, he not checking for you. And those people you swearing up and down as white men, they Jewish. I'm telling you, white men ain't check. Not even the white man who lives in the trailer park. Because even the white man who lives in the trailer park, like I said before, and even Antonio Moore came, live in the trailer park with no education, no GED. He still has more money in the bank than you do with a college degree. With a college degree, black woman. He has more money in the bank than you do, and he don't even have a GED. That's the real bottom shelf, or that would be the real what they call white trash or trailer trash. He got more money than you. He got more money than you. He got $50,000 liquid sitting up in that bank. And he trailer trash. So I'm trying to tell you, white men ain't checking for you. He ain't coming out the trailer checking for you. Those are Jewish men. Those are Jewish men playing with y'all as usual. As usual, playing with y'all. You know, they into magic and all of that stuff. They into that stuff. They into sorcery and all of that stuff. And they into sex magic and all of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to tell you, the white man is not checking for you. Even bottom shelf, uh, Billy Bob Joe. Because Billy Bob Joe is a white man. Brad is a Jew. Okay? Brad is a Jew. And Billy Bob Joe is not checking for you. I don't care if he trailer trash. I don't care if he Elon Musk money. He not checking for you. He is not checking for you. Okay? He is not checking for you. Even top shelf Brad, who is a Jew, is not checking for you. You know, he'd rather get him an ethnic Spaniard. You understand what I'm saying? He not even checking for you. Oh boy, I tell you, people be on here lying. The internet created a safe space for all kinds of deviant people, you know, and that all kinds of deviant people. It's a safe space for them. I felt so bad. I felt so sorry for that girl. Like she was on here on this. She was on this video screaming about how, you know, you're just a stranger to her. You don't know who she is. She doesn't have a tacky engagement ring. She got a white man. Like, oh my God. Like y'all fight for the wrong thing. I just want to be white. Can you just America just make me white? I don't want a white man. I just I just want to be white. Just make me white. That's enough. That's enough. I'm not trying to compromise my value. Just make me white. That's all you got to do, America. Just make me white. Oh my God. It is so sad. It is just so sad. And then she played this video. She played this video where somebody else was saying that a bottom shelf Brad is better than a top row. Child. Oh my God. Why y'all compromising y'all back? Like, these are the people y'all are listening to, really? People who be lying about their occupation. People who be calling my nappy ass hair slave hair. Boy, I tell you, oh my goodness. People who calling my hair slave hair, lying about their occupation. Boy, I tell you. Let me tell you something. Not even top shelf Brad, because he a Jew. He ain't even checking for you. He not checking for you. Bottom shelf Brad ain't checking for you. Well, Billy Bob Joe. Billy Bob Joe is bottom, bottom shelf. Billy Bob Joe is bottom shelf. He white and he not checking for you. unless it's for some type of just some type of prostitution, uh, sex slutting, um, you know, ritual. Other than that, he don't want you. Yeah, yeah. They usually have to be in an occult for that magic, white people. But yeah, the Jews, yeah, they do that just like Caribbean people. they they do that just like Caribbean people and Latin people, Latin American, South American people. Because my dad is from a Latin or South America. He's from South America. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, they do that. That's like an everyday thing. That ain't nothing. They go to church doing that, okay? They go to church conjuring up shit. Please. Boy, I tell you. Oh my God. And they be in church all day. They be in church all day conjuring shit. Oh my God. Oh my God. I'm speaking from experience, y'all. I'm speaking from experience. But yeah, yeah, the Jews do that on a regular. That's nothing to them either. And when they out here um prostituting these black women who swearing up and down they got them a white man, trust me, they're usurping her energy. They doing some whole sex magic on her and everything. They're usurping her energy. They're using her. They're using her. And when we do magic, sorcery, and all of that stuff, the person has to agree to be used. They have to be willing to be used, you know, as an object to, in this case, it would be a woman to will manifest whatever desire it is that the other person is trying to will manifest. So the person has to be willing. Now they can do it unwittingly. Unwittingly, they can be a willing participant. But usually when we do stuff like that, that other person has to be willing. It's almost like, the same thing like Dracula. He can't come inside your house unless you invite him in. And you might not even know that he's Dracula. You know what I'm saying? He could just look like a regular Brad. He could look just like a regular Brad. You know what I'm saying? And you just let him up in there. You have to invite him in. You have to invite him in, and you won't even know. It's the same thing. So when we doing when somebody is doing magic and stuff and need an object, that person has to be a willing participant to be used. And they don't know that they're being used, but yeah, they're willing. They're willing, and they're willing because they got me a white man. That's what she said. Like, I got a white man. What the fuck? Oh my no, girl, you ain't got a white man. You got a Jew. Cause ain't no white man. I'm telling y'all, Billy Bob Joe ain't checking for you. Okay. Billy Bob Joe ain't checking for you. He ain't. He just ain't. And child, I tell you, Billy Bob Joe ain't checking for you. And why would Billy Bob Joe got more money than you? White trash got more money than you. He not checking for you like that. Not unless he gonna be ritualizing you. And I remember even Dr. Frances Cress Welsing said it. She even said it. May she rest in power. She even said, um, White people would come and talk to her very candidly because she would not get emotional about the things that they would say, like how they used to like to watch, how they watch black people on TV, and they call it the Planet of the Apes. Any show with a bunch of black people on it, for them, it's the Planet of the Apes. You know what I'm saying? And how they stick to their code. Like if you know, they not gonna, I'm telling you, Billy Bob Joe is not fucking with you. He is not checking for you. I'm telling you, they stay on code. They already know they can't bring you home. They're gonna keep you in the closet or keep you in that bedroom, and ain't nobody gonna know you exist. Yeah, he may pay your bills. You know, I bet you'll be doing all kinds of nasty stuff too for that. Yuck. But anyway, yuck. You be doing all kinds of nasty stuff for that. But yeah, he'll pay your bills, but you would never yeah, even Dr. Frances Quest Wilson said it, you know, because she didn't get emotional when white people came to her and, you know, was very truthful about shit that's going on. And because she mentioned on more than one occasion how they stay on code, that they're not going to fuck with you. They're going to stay on code. They are going to stay on code. They're not checking for you like that. They're not checking for you like that. And when they watch y'all on TV and on media and on social media, they joke behind closed doors and they be like they watching the Planet of the Apes, whatever show it is, with a bunch of black people on it. The Planet of the Apes. Child, boy, I tell you. And one other thing that they told her was that for them, it's like a for them in the circles of the men, they consider it they're not a man yet until they had sex with a black woman. But like I said, that's only you, they're only using you to ritual, like a rites of passage for them, you know. So you're being ritualized as an object for their rites of passage into manhood. You get what I'm saying? Like, you know, Billy Bob Joe is not checking for you. Billy Bob Joe is not checking for you. He ain't checking for you, okay? I'm sorry that I have to break it down to you, but he's not checking for you. And these Jew dudes on TV, so and getting all up in y'all business and all up in y'all space, talking about yeah, white man, that's what you need, a white man. Oh, child. Oh my goodness. Boy, I tell you. Boy, I tell you. Y'all are being used. Y'all are being used. Y'all are being used. I want Brad to come up here and tell the truth. That's what I want. I want Brad to come up here and tell the truth. Let them know that you really a Jew and that you, one of them, I saw somebody had a video of one of them. I think it was Ex Divesta Lounge. I think it was, oh my God, I don't mean to say anybody else's channel, but she showed a video with one of these Jew dudes and he was talking to some black dude. I don't know. I guess the black dude felt like he needed to come on there and talk about how much money he got. And listen, y'all, as far as y'all concerned, I'm black. I'm a woman. I don't got shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't have anything. All I have are the children that love me. That's it. And my health. Other than that, I ain't got shit. But this dude felt like he needed to come on here and brag about, you know, all of this money he was making, his house, his car, his 65-inch screen TV. Made me feel real small about my little 55-inch, you know what I'm saying? Boy, I tell you, and he felt like he had to come on there. Boy, I tell you. And the Jew dude that was on there, he didn't show his face, number one. So he probably ugly as hell. I'm pretty sure he's living in his mother's basement because most of them are like 30 and 40 and they still living with their parents because it's expensive out here. Usually their parents, whether they white or Jew, usually their parents can help them with a down payment on a house, on a mortgage and stuff like that. But I guess because the market is not all of that and they waiting on that great wealth transfer, a lot of them are living at home. A lot of them that you see here on YouTube, a lot of them you see on YouTube are living at home and collecting YouTube checks because they get an easy YouTube check for easy $20,000 a month. I don't care how many subscribers you have. If you black on here, you're not getting no $20,000 a month check. Not from YouTube. You'd be lucky to break even with a little $2,000. You know what I'm saying? And that's even if you got 500,000 subscribers. But Brad, yeah, he still live at home. He like 30 something, 40 something, and he's still living at home. He waiting on that transfer of wealth. That's what he waiting on. So first of all, dude was faceless. He didn't even show his face. Then he had a chick in the background. He had some chick who was in the background talking to this black dude who showed his face and who felt like he needed to brag about what he had, like I tell you, the self-esteem and the self-respect is at an all-time low with the American Negro. Well, I tell you, it's at an all-time low. That's just sad. But this Jew dude even had a picture of this woman's tits before he started his live stream, because I'm thinking he wanted to say that, oh, I'm not gay or some shit like that. you know so he's showing this woman's tits, and a black woman at that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Brad is a Jew and he's using you. While y'all over here talking about go get a white man, you should be asking to be made white instead of, like, that should be the thing. Like, you should be asking to be white instead of asking for a white, no, instead of begging for a white man and begging for a white man to give you some attention. Because I'm going to say it again, Billy Bob Joe ain't checking for you. I don't care if he is bottom shelf. He trailer trash. He not checking for you. And even he trailer trash, according to the country's statistics, he got more money than he got $50,000 in the bank. And he is not checking for you. And neither is Elon Musk. He ain't checking for you either. He is not checking for you. And he ain't checking for you. He's not checking for you. Y'all need, that girl looks so pathetic. She looks so pathetic. I got a white man. Like, oh my God. Oh, you don't got a white man? You don't. Girl, you compromising your value. I feel bad for you because you don't even know your own worth. You don't even know your own self-worth. And you struggling. And you struggling. Not only are you compromising your value, but y'all out here struggling, talking about get a white man to pay your bills. Pay your own bills. Pay your own bills. Ask the government to make you white. Then you won't have to struggle. Ask them to make you white. You won't have to struggle. Pay your own bills. You know. Oh, you need a white man to pay your bills and protect you. White men don't protect you because y'all out here looking like a fool. Talking about I need a white man. I don't see him out here protecting you. I don't see him out every time you getting homicided and sexually violated. I don't see him coming to your rescue. I don't see that happening. Is he coming to your rescue? Every time you homicided or about to get homicided or you sexually violated, is this white man coming to your rescue? Like for real, for real? Where's he at? Well, I tell you, I don't know. It's a mess. It's really sad. It's just I just feel so sorry for that girl because it's a whole lot of them out here like her. It's a whole lot like y'all really got y'all really got women out here looking. Y'all really got women out here looking. You're not even walking in your own power. But yeah, you struggling. You got to be struggling if you out here talking about get a white man to pay your bills. Like you need to fix yourself first. How can you even get with anybody and you not even like your whole frame of mind is like you're like your whole mindset is is like your whole spirit is going north, south, east, and west. Like you're not even together. Like you're not even the only business you got about yourself is to go get a white man. Really? Like that's just so sad. First of all, that's not a white man. He's a Jew. Brad is a Jew. And Brad ain't gonna tell you he's a Jew. Brad is gonna pass for white. And Brad is gonna let you think that he's white. But these white men ain't checking for you. They not checking for you. They ain't checking for none of y'all. I don't even think Billy Bob Joe, who lives in the trailer with $50,000 in his bank account, wants some damaged some he'd rather take one of his own damaged women than come to you. Like you really think Billy Bob Joe, bottom shelf, with $50,000 in the bank, cash on hand, will come checking for you and pass over his own Karen? Because Becky is a Jew. Brad and Becky are Jews. Karen and Billy Bob Joe is white. So do you really think that Billy Bob Joe is going to pass over his own damaged Karen for one of you? When they watch y'all on TV and be like, we looking at Planet of the Apes? Like, really? Well, I tell you, Dr. Frances Cress Welsing, she said it so many times. That's when they look at you, that's what they see. And now you out here talking about go get a white man. You know, it's almost like in the beginning, there was a renegade. I always said there was two bloodlines. One of them was renegade from the beginning, and that's who I see out here, um, talking about slave hair and talking about bottom shelf Brad is better than Tyrone. Like these femalians are they're toxic. They're toxic and they're poisonous. This is why I had to warn my sons against femalians like that. And again, I don't apologize for talking about my sons, and I don't apologize for caring for them, and I don't apologize for loving them either. You know, we obviously ain't the same bloodline. We not the same bloodline. Cause even the great goddess, in you know, even in her crone, even in her crone, even in her crone aspect, she don't care. She'll destroy Femalians too. She destroys Femalians too. Everything can go. Like, you really don't understand that. Everything can go. Everything. Even everything she loves can go. You know. Um like I said, it was two bloodlines, and one was renegade from the beginning. And these Femalians also, these people out here talking all of this. Yeah, go get a white man. Bottom shelf Brad is better than Tyrone or whatever. They were the same ones that how you say they helped with the dismantling of the matriarch, of the mother matriarch. They helped because it wasn't just the men. The men wouldn't have even been able to get close to her, you know, if it wasn't for this second bloodline, for the Eve people, the Eve line. If it wasn't for them, you know, they wouldn't have been able to get close to her. The men, to take her down. They wouldn't have been able to get close to her if it wasn't for these Femalians. It's the same today. How you got men out here sexually violating and homiciding women that other Femalians bring to these manimals to make it happen. Like these manimals, in these cases, these manimals wouldn't have been able to get close to these women who they wanted to harm if it wasn't for the Femalians that brought them along. You understand? It wouldn't have even happened like that. You know? So you gotta like really, really use discernment. You have to use discernment. I know that you've probably been told negative things all your life, like your hair too nappy, your skin too dark, your lips too big, your nose too big or too thick, or whatever they say. You look like an ape, you look like a monkey, you look like a gorilla, because that's what Billy Bob Joe, top shelf and bottom shelf, says about people who look like me. But you know, you have to be able to love yourself. You have to. There's no going over that. You have to love yourself first. I think I did a post on that on my blog, on my website. Read that. It's called Love Yourself First. First, love yourself. You have to love yourself first. You have to love yourself first. It's no getting over that. It's no going around that. Like, you have to spend the rest of your life with you. Why not at least like yourself? You have to love yourself. And I know you've been called names. I know you felt probably unwanted, and I don't know. Cuz I can't really. It's like I said before, as a child, I already as a child I already felt like, you know, I already felt like it was something wrong with everybody else. It wasn't nothing wrong with me. So what? My hair was nappy. So what? I had thicker lips than yours and a wider nose than yours. Shoot, I was perfectly normal. You the one who had the problem, as far as I was concerned. I think I said that in my last video. I'm so sorry that a lot of you. I'm so sorry that a lot of your self esteem was killed, was murked, was homicided when people called you names, and when they called you nappy headed, or when they called you black and ugly, or when they called you thick lips. But you have to know that you're beautiful. You have to know that you're beautiful, and you have to be. You have to know that you have to. You have to know that. You have to know that. Like where I'm from, there may be people who are not that aesthetically pleasing to the eye, because beauty is in the eye of the beholder. You know what I'm saying? And that really is the truth. But their personality is like in New York, it's a lot of beautiful people here because their personality is just so, they just got personality. Like here, if you got personality, then you got everything. You know what I'm saying? You got personality, you got everything. You know what I'm saying? Gosh, you gotta love yourself first. You gotta love yourself first. I want to tell you that you can't listen to other people. Most of the time when people are speaking bad about you or negative about you, a lot of times they're they're going through their own thing. Like even people who come on social media and talk negatively all day and all the time about a certain group of people, they're also, I could see coming on once or twice and saying something, like, oh yeah, this had happened or whatever. But even people like that, they're going through something. They are really going through something that they're going through something that they have not resolved with their own selves. They're I want to say they're miserable, because when you're unhappy and unsatisfied with your own life, like I know people like that. I know people like that in real life and not just on the internet, that all they do is just talk about, just everything is just negative. Like their whole energy, everything is just negative. Like, not only does that wear you down and make you old fast, it makes you sick. It'll shut your organs down. You know what I'm saying? But people like that, they got something going on with their own lives, and they're not gonna come out here on social media and say what that is. Like they're really hurting also. They're like hurting inside. They are not right with themselves. They're hurting inside too. But and I don't think that's good, because there's a lot of young women on here that do have a low self-esteem, because they were told all of these negative things. And anyway, the Queen of Heaven and Earth, we offer life coaching and spiritual life coaching. So you should come to our website. Go to the website, and because a lot of y'all need it. Y'all need to register with my ministry. Y'all need to register with my ministry, or I tell you, y'all really do, because y'all need help. Y'all need some real help. I know everybody ain't gonna make it, but for those who feel like you will, or you can, or you want to persevere, then you need to get in touch with me. You need to get in touch with me. That's what you do, because it's just crazy out here. It's just crazy out here. And you know what? It's for a reason. There's people on here that are allowed to do certain things for a reason, you know. It's for a reason. But I just want to tell you, because I'm about to get off of here. I'm about to get off of here because I'm about to go out. Um Brad is a Jew, Becky is a Jew. So is Miss Pearly Things and everybody else in these black femalian YouTube spaces, talking about Tyrone and go get you a white man. Those are Jews. Billy Bob Joe and Karen are white, and they not checking for you. Trust me. Billy Bob Joe, even if he is bottom shelf, he's not gonna go across his Karen, no matter how dysfunctional she is, no matter how much of a dope head she is, no matter how much of an opioid head she is, he's not going to go across his Karen and come checking for you. He ain't going to do it. He ain't checking for you. I'm telling y'all, he ain't checking for you. Y'all need to stop with that bullshit. Y'all really do. Just stop it. It looks disgusting. It looks desperate. And it makes, like, y'all are really looking bad out here. Like, if ain't nobody else tell y'all looking real bad out here. Y'all looking desperate. Y'all looking bitter. Y'all looking miserable. Y'all looking like the Planet of the Apes. y'all looking like y'all looking like the Planet of the Apes. That's what Billy Bob Joe think about you. Planet of the Apes. Names don't hurt me because um it don't bother me, especially I'm more creative. I'm a more creative person. So as far as I'm concerned, these people, they can't even come up with anything new. It's just the same old insults. So when they can come up with something and put some magic behind it, then maybe it'll bother me. But right now, it don't really bother me. It don't really bother me. So, but yeah, y'all looking like the Planet of the Apes out here. That's what y'all looking like. Y'all looking like the Planet of the Apes. Y'all looking real crazy out here, desperate. And it's just so sad. Oh my God. It's just so sad. Oh my God. Like, I'm just sitting here watching this, just shaking my head. Like, I'm not the only one that see this. Like, oh my God. It's just so sad. But I just wanted to talk about blood of the covenant is thicker than the water of the womb, and that's based on the relationships that you forge. It has deeper meaning than those of mere biology. So just remember that, and get in touch with me at queenofheaven.earth, info at queenofheaven.earth. And oh wait, um that's the wrong. Can I erase this? I made a boo boo. I made a boo boo. Okay. I made a boo boo. So I was trying to erase one of this, but it doesn't look like I could do it. I'm not sure how I could do it. Um, so let me see. Okay, I have to go there and do it. So, right, info at Queen of Heaven. Queen of Heaven dot Earth. Yeah, I'm about to go out. I need to change. Okay, yeah, I'm about to go out. I need to change, but so sad, so sad. I feel so sorry for a lot of you, especially the younger women, especially the younger women. And when I look and see that there's a whole lot of femalians out here, and like that's your only option to really look up to for any type of guidance or advice, and they're misguiding you and they're misadvising you, that is just like we already got a whole generation screwed up from the crack. And then those babies had babies. And I'm like, well, I tell you, it's a mess. You need to get in touch with me. Info at queenofheaven.earth, www.queenofheaven.earth. Get in touch with me. I do life coaching. Everything is confidential. Um, I'll send you the information. We don't dox people over there. I have a insurance, business insurance. We don't dox people. Like your privacy is respected and upheld. You know, we don't we don't play those games like that. We don't play those femalian games. You know, because I'm not a femalian. I'm a nine ether evolving God being, and I don't play games like that. Like I don't do that. But there's a lot of things that I want to say, but I could only say it privately. But I will let you know that Brad is a Jew, Becky is a Jew, and Billy Bob Joe is white and Cameron is white. And Billy Bob Joe, whether he's top shelf or bottom shelf, he's not checking for you. So you should definitely know that. He's not checking for you. So please stop. Just y'all looking real crazy out here. Y'all looking real crazy out here. It's sad. Like it's really, really sad. And one thing I don't want, like the whole world is watching. The whole world is like watching, and y'all are just, the whole world is watching, and y'all just out here looking like, boy, I tell you, just off the chain, off the chain. But like I said, two different bloodlines. So that bloodline right now is just out of control. It's just really out of control with the foolishness and the fuckery. It's out of control. And I was trying to get through here without saying a curse word. Well, that's not really a curse word. God damn it is a curse. God damn it. Y'all out here like, God damn it. For real. Now I cursed. Now I cursed. Well, I tell you. Woo. Child. Yeah. Um. Okay. So I'm about to go out. Uh. Yeah. Just I'm about to go out. Okay. So that's it for now. I'm gonna come back uh next Friday. Let me see. I go into surgery. Yeah, I might come back next Friday because I gotta do surgery the following week. So I might come back Friday and Saturday and see. Cause yeah, y'all, I'm going to do surgery, gum surgery. I remember I told you about that. I'm about to get it over with. I just need to get that over with because my health is very important. My health is very important, and I learned too that your mouth, your your gums and the jaw and everything in your mouth that has is directly related to other problems like heart, um, kidneys, a whole lot of stuff. So yeah, I'm going to get that fixed. So yeah, I have some work to get done. I got some work to get done, boy. I'm about to go and get that done so I could stay healthy. But okay, until next time, peace out.